you are hearing this right now, your spirit was guided here, not by accident, not by timing, not by curiosity, but by a pull from heaven, a gentle push in your soul, a whisper you couldn't ignore. Archangel Michael has a message, and heaven is inviting you to listen before this moment closes. This is not fear. This is not pressure. This is alignment. This is timing. This is divine timing. You have been sensing something shifting, something moving around you, something changing in ways you can't yet explain. Your sleep feels different. Your thoughts feel louder. Your intuition feels sharper. Your emotions feel heavier or clearer, depending on the hour. These are signs, not random feelings. Signs that heaven is preparing to reveal something you have been needing, asking, waiting, and praying for. But before God releases it, you must hear this. You must receive this. You must open your heart to what Michael has been trying to place in your spirit. Heaven's invitation is here, but heaven's warnings are here too, because God will not push you. He invites, He calls, He whispers, He shows signs, He stirs your spirit until you cannot pretend you didn't notice anymore. So listen closely, take a breath, let your shoulders drop, let your heart be still. For just this moment, Michael stands next to you now, not in fear, not in force, but in strength, in calm, in clarity, in protection. His presence feels like a shield you didn't know you needed. His voice moves quietly, but with authority that you feel more than hear. And he says, you are entering a new chapter, but you cannot enter it with old fears in your hands. You feel that, don't you? The old fear, the old wound, the old self-doubt, the old hesitation, the old version of you, trying to pull your spirit backward, while your destiny pulls forward. This is why heaven is speaking now, because you are standing in the middle of transition, not out of it, not before it, right in the center of it. You feel stretched, you feel pulled, you feel shaken, you feel tested, you feel awakened. These are signs that heaven is positioning you, not punishing you. And Michael is saying, you must release what is heavy to receive what is holy. Your spirit knows this. That's why you feel restless. That's why you feel emotional. That's why you feel tired in ways that aren't physical, because something inside you is trying to rise, trying to grow, trying to evolve, trying to break out of an old spiritual skin. God is inviting you into something deeper, into something clearer, into something more aligned with your purpose. But you cannot skip this moment, because this moment is the doorway. You walk to it. Life pushed you toward it. Struggle prepared you for it. Pain softened you enough to finally listen. Healing made room for it. And now heaven opens it. Michael says, there is something God has been trying to give you, but your spirit has been too crowded to hold it. Crowded with worry, crowded with doubt, crowded with fear, crowded with people who cannot go where you are going. This is why heaven invites you, not to scare you, not to rush you, but to prepare you. You are not here to hear words. You are here to receive direction. You are here to receive clarity. You are here to receive strength. You are here to receive protection. You are here to receive truth. Now take another breath. Let it go slowly, because now Michael speaks directly to your soul. He says, you have been stronger than you know. You have survived what was meant to break you. You have endured storms that others would have collapsed under. But now heaven is giving you rest. Not the kind you get from sleep, the kind you get from spiritual alignment, from clarity, from truth, from release, from stepping into the chapter that was always meant to be yours. You have been asking God, where do you want me? What is my next step? What am I supposed to do? Why does this season feel so heavy? And heaven responds, because something is shifting for you, and you cannot enter the next level in the same spiritual condition you had in the last one. Now Michael gives the next instruction. It is simple, clear, but powerful. He says, prepare your heart, because what you asked for is on its way. You feel that, don't you? Something in you rises. When you hear those words, something in you recognizes them. Something in you says, this is for me. This is not coincidence. This is not hype. This is not emotion. This is spiritual confirmation. This is divine timing. And heaven reveals this truth. You are entering a season where you must not allow fear to translate God's silence as his absence. Because God is not distant. He is preparing. He is rearranging. He is clearing the path. He is removing what could harm you. He is aligning what will bless you. Michael adds, you have a calling on your life that darkness tried to silence. And you feel that deeply because you have been through battles you didn't talk about, silent battles, private pain, moments where you wondered if you were enough. But heaven says, you were never alone in those moments. Now listen carefully. This next part is part of heaven's warning, not to scare you, but to protect you. Michael says, you must pay attention to what pulls your spirit down. Pay attention to the draining people. Pay attention to the heavy conversations. Pay attention to the confusion that enters your mind. The moment certain people appear, not everything attached to you is aligned with you, and heaven is inviting you to release what blocks your blessing, because you are too close to the next version of your life, to allow old energy to steal it from you. Now take one more breath, in slowly, out slowly. Your spirit is opening, your awareness rising, and Michael says, I am here to defend your path, not because you are weak, but because your calling is strong. And now heaven gives you this truth. You are stepping into a season where everything meant for your harm will become a stepping stone for your growth. This is why you are hearing this. This is why heaven is speaking now. This is why your spirit is awake. You are not at the end. You are at the beginning, the real beginning, the beginning of alignment, the beginning of clarity, the beginning of breakthrough, the beginning of purpose, finally making sense. Heaven's invitation stands before you, and Michael's voice says, do not ignore this moment. Take another slow breath. Let the moment settle into your spirit, because now, we are entering the deeper part of heaven's message, the part Michael has been waiting for your heart to be still enough to receive. He says, you have been carrying battles that were never yours to carry alone. You know exactly what that means. The responsibilities, the worries, the unspoken pain, the pressure you never mention, but always feel. You carry so much, and yet, you still show up, you still try, you still love, you still hope. Michael sees this, heaven sees this, God sees this, and heaven is saying, you have carried enough. It is time for release. Your spirit has been tight from holding emotions too long. Your heart has been tired from trying to stay strong for everyone else. Your mind has been stretched from trying to understand what wasn't meant to be understood yet. But now, heaven is lifting the weight. You can feel it, that subtle loosening inside your soul, that gentle untying of burdens you didn't know were knotted so deeply. Now listen closely. Michael speaks again. You have outgrown certain battles. You do not need to fight the way you used to fight. You do not need to run the way you used to run. You do not need to fear the way you used to fear. You have matured spiritually. You have grown. You have risen. You have awakened. This is why certain things no longer affect you the way they once did. You do not cry the same way. You do not panic the same way. You do not break the same way. You do not fall the same way. You are stronger. You are wiser. You are more grounded. You are more connected to heaven than ever before. This is not ego. This is not pride. This is spiritual growth. And Michael is confirming it. Now heaven reveals something deeper. You are entering a season where the things that confused you will begin to make sense. This is why God kept you still. This is why doors closed. This is why relationships shifted. This is why silence fell over you. In certain moments, God was not ignoring you. He was aligning you. He was protecting you. He was preparing you. He was organizing your path, so your blessing would not fall into the wrong hands. Michael says, there are blessings God held back to keep them safe for you, because if they were given earlier, people around you might have used you, might have drained you, might have manipulated you, might have distracted you, might have poisoned the blessing. But now, you are different. You see clearer. You feel deeper. You discern faster. You are not the same person who prayed for these blessings months or years ago. This version of you is ready. Now Michael continues. Heaven is inviting you to walk forward with courage, because fear has been whispering too loudly in your recent days. Fear about your future. Fear about your finances. Fear about your relationships. Fear about your purpose. Fear about your next steps. And heaven is addressing it directly. Fear has no authority over a soul protected by God. Feel that truth. Let it sit in your chest. Let it echo in your spirit. Now breathe again. Long inhale. Slow exhale. You are stepping into clarity. Michael says something you need to hear. There is something God is placing in your life that cannot be interrupted by anyone, not by enemies, not by jealousy, not by doubt, not by delay, not by confusion, not by fear, not by circumstance. This blessing is sealed, assigned, protected, reserved for you, and heaven is preparing your spirit to receive it without fear, without hesitation, without self-sabotage, without shrinking, without questioning your worth, because you are worthy. Heaven chose you, not because you are perfect, but because you are willing, because your heart is soft, because your spirit is open, because you carry compassion, even after being hurt, because you keep believing, even after disappointment, because you keep rising, even after falling. Now listen to this next part carefully. It is important. Michael says, there is a shift coming within the next season of your life. Not next year, not someday, not far away. The next season. Soon. Closer than you think. Your dreams will make more sense. Your intuition will grow stronger. Your prayers will become clearer. Your steps will feel guided. Your timing will feel precise. You are not stepping into luck. You are stepping into alignment. And heaven reveals, when your heart aligns with God, your path aligns with purpose. This is why heaven is giving you this warning now. Do not speak against your own blessings. Your words matter. Your thoughts matter. Your self-talk matters. Blessing needs agreement, not fear, not negativity, not doubt. You must speak life into what God is building. You must speak blessing over what heaven is preparing. Now take another breath. Feel the calm in your spirit. Feel the strength rising. Feel the new clarity forming. Because now Michael delivers the direct invitation from heaven. You are being called to trust God in a deeper way than ever before. Not just with your prayers, with your surrender, with your decisions, with your growth, with your timing, with your inner healing, with your identity. Heaven says, you will not miss what God wrote for you. You will not fail to step into your purpose. You will not be too late. You will not be overlooked. You will not be forgotten. God is not done with you. He is beginning with you. Take one more slow breath. In through the nose. Hold it. Let it go. Because now, the final part of heaven's message is ready to be placed in your spirit. This is the part Michael has been waiting to deliver. The part that carries both warning and blessing. The part that becomes the hinge between where you have been and where you are going. He says, listen carefully. Your spirit cannot afford to miss this. You felt this message pull you. You felt your chest tighten at moments. You felt certain lines touch places inside you that you rarely open. That is because heaven has been preparing your heart for this final truth. Now let it enter gently. Michael says, there is something you must stop doing immediately to protect your blessing. And that something is this. Stop shrinking your light to make others comfortable. You have been dimming yourself, holding back your ideas, holding back your gifts, hiding your strength, softening your voice, quieting your power, not because you are weak, but because you were afraid of being judged, of being misunderstood, of being too much, of being too loud, of being too bright. But heaven says, it is time to shine. Your purpose needs visibility. Your calling needs confidence. Your future needs boldness. Your blessing needs space. You cannot fit into old versions of yourself and expect new blessings to enter. Michael speaks firmly now. You are not who you were. Stop returning to a version of you that no longer exists. Your spirit has grown. Your mind has changed. Your heart has healed. Your soul has awakened. You cannot pretend to be small anymore. Now listen closely. This is the warning. Heaven reveals, if you ignore this calling, you will delay what God is trying to give you. Not lose it. Delay it. Because blessings cannot land in a place that is shrinking. They need a spirit that stands. They need a heart that opens. They need a person willing to rise into who they truly are. And Michael says, you must rise. Rise into strength. Rise into clarity. Rise into confidence. Rise into purpose. Rise into your divine identity. Now breathe again. Feel it. The shift inside you. The stirring. The awakening. The warmth in your chest. The clarity forming in your mind. The peace settling into your heart. This is heaven touching you. This is alignment entering your spirit. This is the moment. Your direction becomes clearer. Now Michael gives the final instruction. To complete part 1. It is simple, but powerful. Take one small step toward the life God is calling you to. Not a leap, not a jump, not a drastic change. One step, one action, one decision. Because heaven says, when you move one step, God moves 1,000. You are not walking alone. You are not stepping alone. You are not entering this new season alone. Michael walks with you. God goes before you. Heaven surrounds you. Now whisper this line, because it seals the message into your spirit. I am ready for what God has prepared for me. Feel it. Say it again. I am ready for what God has prepared for me. This is your agreement. This is your awakening. This is your alignment.